So that brings us to clean energy.
Oh.
There's a whole nother topic, clean energy. How would you describe clean energy? There's 1,000 different ways you could probably define it, but in the context of tech companies and all the energy they use, how would you define clean energy?
Yeah, I think clean energy is energy generation that is low carbon. I think for me, the cleanliness factor is how low of carbon it is. I think when you get into burning coal, you get even dirtier, worse byproducts. But luckily America is like pretty much off coal for the most part. And, like it's really expensive to run a coal generation facility. So we're sort of on the outs with coal. Remember, this is like a global problem and 80% of the world's energy is still fossil fuels, and a lot of that is coal across the world. So like it's still a huge problem. But clean energy is something that uses as low carbon as possible. So that's going to be wind, solar, hydro. That's going to be geothermal and nuclear, and I'm probably missing 40 of them. But these are sources. Did I?
Got that.
I certainly.
No,
come on, I definitely said wind, right?
Yeah,
I think you said wind.
No.
Oh,
But
thank God.
in general,
Run it back right now, and do a slow mo of me going wind.
are any of these methods carbon zero emitting?
No, look, we're sitting here talking, and we're carbon positive. Like we're all excreting carbon dioxide, which is like a thing that these are like, oh, you want climate change to end, and yet you drink from a water bottle. Curious,
breathe?
Bro, you breathe?
Yeah, and so like
You
we're
hate society, but yet you exist in it.
right. Like, pick a flag, brother. Yeah. I definitely want to. Like, we're all emitting currently, so nothing that you're gonna do, even like the walk to a water well, is carbon excretive
Because you're breathing out.
Yeah. But also like, and that's not, and that sounds like I'm minimizing the amount of carbon required for like a wind turbine. And I don't want to do that because it's a fucking lot of carbon required for all of this setup. Solar panels, like they do also take carbon, to produce and to set up and to a little bit to run. But like once you're through the setup phase, like amortizing that over a handful of years, and then you're good on the carbon side.
Is there one of those that you think is the most effective / you would like to see more of throughout the world?
So one nice thing about like solar and wind is that they are officially the cheapest form of energy now. Like the cost curve for those two has just fallen off of a cliff. And now like in the past 10 years, like solar power has dropped 90% in the price.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like we've just marched it all the way down the cost curve. So I think like I would like to personally, I want to see more battery installation. So I think that is the like fix for intermittency. There's also I know all of the things that shits online say, and so I'm going to say
You're going down the rabbit holes in your head before we even get there.
deeply. Yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, but like at night you can't get solar power and the wind doesn't always blow. What do you do then, huh, sheeple? Then you need your coal to burn. And the answer is like, well, yeah, but that's how the grid was set up when all we had was coal. Like why are we judging these new technologies by like the benchmarks of the 1800s?
Sure.
The way to cut the intermittency of renewable energy like solar and wind is battery storage. So you like extra juice these batteries when you have too much solar, and then you're able to like cut that the drop off.
Yeah,
by
I did
using
I did a video on my setup, which is it obviously takes a lot, and there's another rabbit hole to like create the batteries and to ship them to your house and all that. But once you have it all set up,